My name's Angelo, and welcome to We Want Picks. Every single week, we break down full UFC fight cards. We give you our picks, our bets, and our fantasy plays. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our content. And we're also giving away $50. Anybody who goes to WeWantPicks.com/bets, signs up with one of our 5 betting partners, and makes a deposit, will get $50 from us. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, however you want it. And this is brought to you by EarnU.io. EarnU.io is the world's first sports and esports prediction game, allowing you to earn crypto risk-free. Check it out now at EarnU.io. Next up, at UFC Vegas 52, we have another long layoff guy. We have Tyson Pedro taking on Ike Villanueva. Tyson Pedro 7-3 overall, 2-3 in his last 5, coming off of a 3-year layoff because of injuries. Ike Villanueva 18-13 overall. He's 1-4 in his last 5, looking for his first win in a year. Tyson Pedro is probably not a name you're familiar with because he hasn't fought since 2018, but he does have 6 fights in the UFC. He has wins over Paul Craig and Khalil Roundtree. Tyson is a pretty well-rounded guy, but more of a grappler than anything. He doesn't have the best takedowns, but he has no problem charging forward to get one. If you overcommit to your strikes, he will drop down to a double leg and work through it. Once he hits the ground, he's looking to strike more than submit, but if you scramble or try to work your way out, he will snatch something up. Ike Villanueva has a terrible record, but he's also very tough and he never quits. He's a throwback to the old days of the UFC when nobody cared about their record and they would just fight anyone, anywhere, at any weight class. He has wins and losses in multiple weight classes, but he seems to have settled into light heavyweight recently. Style-wise, he likes to march forward and slug it out. He has speed and power, and he does a great job putting together combinations. You will never see him throw just one punch at a time or leave a lazy jab out there. So to sum up Mike Villanueva, he's a solid boxer with a ton of heart and 0 leg kick defense. You could almost call this a striker versus grappler matchup with Tyson being the grappler, Villanueva being the striker. Villanueva is listed at having a 100% takedown defense in the UFC. But if you look at his fights and you dig into them, he has literally only been shot on one single time, and that was a half-ass attempt from Nick Negumereanu in his last fight. I do think Tyson can get the takedowns and therefore get the win. But if he can't, it is going to be a long 15 minutes of him just getting lit up, jabbed in the face, and touched up, because despite his age and record, Villanueva has clean boxing, and if you come at him straight, he will hit you. Tyson's the pick. I think these odds are also crazy. These are a little more close to accurate than the Dean Barry fight, but I do think these odds are super wide. Dude's coming off a 3-year layoff, and Ike Villanueva, he's only 1-4 in his last 5, but he goes out there. He's got solid hands, decent power, good footwork, and Tyson Pedro hasn't been punched in the face in 3 full years. Another one to watch the scales, a 3-year layoff. I have no idea what this guy's going to look like. None of us do. What do you think, Jakey boy?
I do, because there is this app called Instagram, and many people are on Instagram, and they'll post pictures. What they do is they take a picture, they put it on the line, and they share it with the rest of the universe. I was able to look at his Instagram pictures. He looks fantastic. The guy looks like he's been working out nonstop for 3 years.
But you don't know his weight is the point.
Because I don't give a shit. You can look at the guy and tell he's in shape. I feel bad, too, because I love Ike Villanueva. You mentioned that kind of throwback guy, take one to give one, will just stand in the pocket. He is just a heavy front foot boxer, and that's what got him in trouble in the last fight. We mentioned, we already broke down his last fight, but he got chewed up with the leg kicks, and then they came with the body kick and knocked him out with that liver kick. That was one of the worst liver shots I think I've ever seen. He just like, you could hear him just, it was awful. And going into this matchup, I thought, okay, this might be a matchup where Ike can excel in the boxing. A guy 3-year layoff. I was looking at the odds. I'm like, holy shit, Ike might be lock of the week here. Then you start looking at Tyson Pedro, and this dude has 7 black belts in 7 different combat sports. I didn't even know 7 different combat sports existed. He's got a black belt in every single one. He is named after Mike Tyson, Tyson Pedro, and his brother-in-law It's tied to Ivasa. This guy is just born and bred to be a fighter, and you can tell with the way he fights. I was actually surprised in watching some of the fights that he won that he's actually ever lost 3 times because he looks so good when he wins. And unfortunately for Ike, I think it's going to be one of those wins where he just looks dominant, whether it's in the grappling. I think with the striking, the path to victory is there for Ike. Just kind of eat up his legs, and he can't really do much after that. So if he wants to strike, that's what you should do in that capacity. But yeah, I think that the path to victory is in the grappling. I think he gets it done. And poor Ike, man. I love Ike, but I think it's a Tyson Pedro play all the way.
Yeah, I agree. I do think the odds are wide, literally because of questions. 3 years is a very, very long time. Plus 3 tough years with COVID, and was he training? Was he not training? It's a very long time, but he should absolutely be the favorite. He is younger, better, stronger, faster, everything except he's not the better striker. Everything else he should excel at. So I do like him at $9,300. I'll probably have the 2 most expensive people in my lineup, and there are some live underdogs on this card. You're going to have him in your DraftKings lineup?
Yeah, if Ike was a little bit more of a dynamic striker, maybe not because there's a little more danger there, but he's really just only a boxer. He's in there to throw some hands, so I'll probably go Tyson.
And people in the live chat are asking, why was Tyson out for so long? He had injuries, actual injuries, serious ones as well. He wasn't just out and, life and lockdown. No, he had real injuries. Monkey knife fight, I don't know if it's a less. I think this is a more. I mean, Ike Villanueva, he's older, he's beat up, but
he's tough, man.
And he can land 20 shots is nothing. And Tyson Pedro will need to land more than 39 to get it to the ground and do what he has to do, soften him up when he hits the ground. So I think that's a very solid play on Monkey Knife Fight. More.
Right. Yeah, 100%.
All right. Well, you guys should check that out. Go to WeWantPicks.com/MKF. They instantly match your deposit up to $100. You give them 50, they'll give you 50. You give them 100, they'll give you 100. Throw in some money, they will match it. Use the match money. Play the more on this strike line before it moves, because these lines do move with the money. And if you want 50 free dollars, go to WeWantPicks.com/bets. Sign up with any one of our 5 betting partners, and we send you $50 as a thank you.